Okay, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Okay, let's see what's going on. It looks like some things are already popping up. I hope you all had a good weekend. I did a lot of studying over the weekend, stock studying. So I feel ready to hit the ground running. All right, so I'm looking at the top gainer scanner, and CLIK has popped up. Okay, it looks good. Float under 1 million. Has good relative volume. It has news too. But it's trading below VWAP. So today I might try a new setup after the market opens. I'm going to try the opening range breakout or start looking at it. I'm looking at it. I've been practicing it. So I'm going to try it out. Let's see. All right. HPAI. Okay, that's below VWAP. And MRAM, way too expensive for me. I had a big loss on that, so I'm a little bit gun shy of that. Let's see, DAIC is a penny stock. Let's see what's going on with that. Float under 20 million. Wow, the relative volume's crazy. Let's see. Huh, I wonder what's going on there. Let's see, it's hard to borrow. Has relative, and has total volume over 500,000. So let's see. One of the changes I made to my trading plan from last week is I organized my entry and exit indicators by type. So to help me look at the type of indicator. So I'm not looking at too many things that are similar. Let's see, CLIK. Hard to borrow. Well, MACD is red, and it's below VWAP, so I'm using this script. One of my viewers, Duvan Julio, posted a script in our chat, in our community, like he posted it in one of the community posts, and I'm trying it today, and I like it because it tells you the exponential moving average, the 200 exponential moving average, the current price. This is a nice little cheat sheet, and I like where it shows up on the volume bar. Well, that's where I put it, but I like it there. It's a nice little script. So he posted that attached to one of my posts in the community tab. So if you're interested in that, go check that out for sure. MWG. So my goal this week is working on my exit indicators and letting my winners run. Okay, so this is my goal this week. I posted over on Substack. Do you guys have a goal this week? If you do, pop it in the chat. What's your what are you currently working on? I'm curious. Like, what's your current goal? Let's see. Okay, MWG has news. The float is only 1.6 million relative volume. Okay, this looks good. The total volume isn't quite 500,000 yet, though. It's hard to borrow. All right, so now it's over 500,000. So let's see what Multiways Holdings reports fiscal year 2025 results. Revenue grows 44%. That's good news. That is really good news. Good earnings news. Oh, I like how this flips red and green. Ooh. I'm not sure what this last metric is, but I'm curious. But I like how it gives the current price and the 200 EMA. That's what I'm wondering. I don't know. I'm wondering, maybe he'll show up on the chat today and he can explain it. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm looking at it, trying to figure out what that could be. I don't know. I have to look at the script a little bit more closely. It's posted in it's attached to one of my posts in the community section. Good morning, Wayne. And yeah, so I don't know, James. I was trying to figure that out. I'm hoping he'll show up today and tell us. I usually use the 200 simple moving average on the daily chart, but I like this. This is like nice. It has it here, so I don't have to keep flipping back and forth between the daily chart. Oh, now we're below VWAP, so oh, hey, Duvan Julio, I've got your I got your Thinkorswim script posted in my thing. What does dist mean? What is dist? Is that distribution? What does that mean exactly, that last metric? Some of us are wondering. We want to know. But I like it. I like having this little cheat sheet here. But yeah, let us know. I mean, obviously, exponential moving average, the 200, that's from the daily chart, right? And then, because if I look here, let's see. This is the simple moving average, right? No, that's just a price level. Okay. So yeah, I'm just curious. So this is the daily. If you could explain your script in the chat, that would be really helpful. But what's this last metric? Dist. All right, we did have a pullback here, but I kind of missed it because I was talking. Plus, the profit loss ratio, I don't think would have worked for me because right here, you've got, this would have been my stop. So that wouldn't have worked. So I'm going to see if I get another pullback. Oh, but now we're below VWAP. So, okay. So is it the exponential moving average on the current chart or the daily chart? Oh, okay. The distance in a percentage. All right, awesome. Wow, that's really great. Okay. So you've got the exponential moving average, 200, but is that the daily exponential moving average, or is that the relative to, is that like, say I'm on the 1 minute chart, so is it the exponential moving average on this chart? Okay, that's great. I love that. Wow, this is great. Thank you. Sorry it took so long to try it out. I would remember it like when I'm in a weird place, like in the car. I'm like, oh, I have to remember to try that script out. And then I would forget when I'm sitting at my desk. Yeah, that's great. Thank you for sharing that. I like it. Okay, so it's the daily. I love it. I love it. So I usually use the simple moving average, but honestly, I feel like I did a poll and a couple of people responded. I usually use the simple, but like I feel like the difference isn't that big between the simple and the exponential for 200 plot points, 200 data points. You know, it's not a huge deal. For the 9 EMA, it's a huge deal, right? But all right. Okay, well, MWG is now below VWAP, below the 9 EMA, and it's the MACD is going to flip over if it keeps going. So CLIK. Oh, looks like it's trying to make a break of VWAP. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing your script. I love it. It's really great. It's really, really helpful. Because, you know, I used to keep all the charts up, but it was just too much going on all at once, and it was very cluttered on my screen. And I'm really trying to. So I've been using my travel trading station as my main trading station, so that when I travel, it's no big deal. I'm not, you know, getting used to 2 different stations. So instead of using my big monitor, I swapped it out for my travel monitor as my second monitor. So my, you know, real estate is at a premium, so I wanted to clean everything up and just have the chart I'm trading on up. This is great because this brings over the main information that I was, well, I'm also looking for windows and gaps on the daily chart, but this is great. Thank you. If anyone else has like ThinkScript they want to share, please, you know, post it in the community section. I think you guys can post in there. I'm not sure. I know you can all see it, but you know, you could always attach it to one of my posts if you can't actually post yet. I'm still figuring that piece out. Okay, so DAIC popped up, went back down. NTCL, same thing. HPAI. This is interesting. Sorry if I'm a little sniffly. I didn't get bad allergies this year, but I still have like, I'm still getting allergies. Oh, wow, look at this. VWAP is a point of, is resistance here, you know? It tried to pop up, but really the shorts are in control here, huh? Look at that. It's so clear. You use the 9 and 20 EMA, and you also use, instead of the 14 on the RSI, smooths out the chart. I still have to do the RSI. I had it on my chart for a little bit, but I'm still like figuring that out, but that's one thing I want to add. Okay, so you do the 40 instead of the 14 on the RSI. I had the 20 EMA on my chart for a while, but I took it off. I wasn't really using it for anything. I found that the 9 EMA was definitely where I would, oh, CLIK broke VWAP. So let's see if it makes another run up. I might try to go for a bull flag pullback. Yeah, I just saw that. Thank you. I was like, oh. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely investigate that because the RSI is something I had on my chart, but I hadn't really. I want to do a video to help me understand more about RSI and also average true range. Does anybody use average true range? So all these things to look at, there's just so many things that I want to do. All right, so it's possible this could make a real pullback. I'm going to look at the daily chart on this. As we can see, okay, we're not even close to the to the 200 EMA, but I also want to look for windows and gaps. Well, first let me put my level on here. There we go. Now I'll go back. What happened to my mouse changed? Okay. Okay, so here you can see that the price is kind of tapping this level here. But then we have a window up to 722. Okay, so this has potential to go keep going up. Okay, it's pulling back, but I'm going to put my 10-second chart on. Let's see. All right, I like to have the 10-second chart up for certain things. If I think I might go for a micro pullback instead of a bull flag pullback, which it is breaking out on the 10-second. It did. It broke out on the 10-second. I had a feeling this was going to be a micro pullback, but I kind of missed it. You use ATR 10 for stops. Okay. Yeah, I definitely, like I had it on my chart for a while, but I didn't have a chance to really get used to it. Let's put it back on, because I don't like the stopping tail anyway. So studies, edit studies. Let's see, we'll put ATR and RSI. Those are two that I kind of wanted to add. So I'm going to put these in their own window below MACD. We'll save this as the 1 minute. Now, I said I was going to simplify, and I just keep adding things, but there's got to be a sweet spot, right? Yeah, that's the thing. I would like to kind of move more into large caps and mid caps after market open. So that's where I'm kind of thinking. I'm not really feeling like I have success with small caps after the market open. I did before, but I'm not now. So I'd like to expand my range here with like trying other strategies after market open. And it sounds like that's what everyone does, you know? Everyone trades a little bit of everything based on what works for them. Looks like we have maybe a flat top breakout brewing here. Potentially a flat top breakout. So the MACD is still green. The volume is kind of pulling back here. Oops. In order to use hotkeys, I have to be clicked into the active trader window, and I'm still kind of getting used to that. So now it's actually pulling back even more. So I'm going to look at the 10-second chart and see if there's a breakout or if this turns into a real pullback. So if this is the low of this candle, that profit loss ratio is pretty much 1-to-1. Well, maybe not. Yeah. That's not a, but now this candle is the low candle, right? It's still not a great profit loss ratio. I want to see 1-to-1 at least. And it looks like it's tapping the 9 EMA. So yeah, that's not a great profit loss ratio. I would want to see if I use this as my entry, this distance here between my entry and my target, it's pretty low. Yeah, I'm interested in that, Wayne. You know, I read Andrew Aziz's book. I did a review on it, which I'm going to post next weekend. I reread his book, and he does, he trades, he's a day trader. He does also swing trades, but the book is about day trading. And he talked, one of the setups was the opening range breakout, which I haven't done, and I'm going to give that a try. So I may not trade it today, but I'm going to look for it today. I've been practicing it. Well, I'm usually on my live stream during the opening range, but I've been going back and looking at charts and saying, okay, this would be the opening range and yada, yada, yada. So JDJB, I'll write that down. I love hearing what works for you guys and what you guys are doing. Okay, so now this is the top of the low candle. And it is kind of breaking out, but I want to see this volume here. And all right, so the price is above VWAP, it's above the 9 EMA. I want to see the volume bar increase on the entry. Otherwise, I feel like it's going to be a false breakout, which now it's flipped red. I'm looking at the level 2, no big sellers on the ask. I'm just reading through my entry indicators. Time and sales, green on the tape. Well, there you go. No, yep, 66, 68, 66, 67, 65. So it's kind of indecisive. So yeah, this is like a little false breakout, right? Here the profit loss ratio does kind of work, but the volume still isn't popping up with it, right? Well, it's doing everything except the volume candle, and the price is not moving up. That's important. There you go. But the volume bar is not moving up. Okay. Yeah. This is pretty indecisive, and the price keeps dipping below the 9 EMA. It's not quite going all the way to VWAP, but this is worse. The volume bar went up, but it's red. Yeah, thank you. It is hard to be patient, right? I mean, I've been doing this for a year and I'm still not consistently profitable. And what I'm learning has evolved. Like the things that I was thinking last year, of course, have changed so much in a year. And as I learn things, I'm like, okay, does that work for me? Does it not work for me? I quit caffeine. This is rooibos chai. I quit caffeine in early February. There was a lot of crying that week. I don't even want to look at my P&L from that week, to be honest. But I felt like I was just having anxiety from too much years and years, 30 years of caffeine addiction. And honestly, I feel less jittery during trading. I feel a lot less jittery. So I I don't do coffee, but I still have to have a hot beverage. I have chai, rooibos chai, so it's no caffeine. But I'm kind of afraid to go back and look at I should go back and look and see how I did the week I quit caffeine. I was like crying every day. It was terrible. But yeah, I quit caffeine and I stopped drinking to lose weight and get in better shape. So we'll see. I didn't quit drinking forever, but I haven't really missed it. And I do feel like maybe I'm not losing a ton of weight, but I got my new DEXA scan yesterday, and my body fat percentage dropped, and my lean muscle mass improved. So that's good. Oh no. Do you have your coffee, Wayne? Yeah. I know. It's like a sacrilege to not have coffee and be a trader. I don't know. I'm really bucking the trend here, but I can't trade without a hot beverage. Like that's just a non-negotiable. So I'll put that on my trading plan. I know, because now I can't use coffee emojis. So now it's trying, CLIK is trying to break out. It's moving up slowly. It did, but I don't know. This is just too choppy for me. I want to see things a little bit more clean and clear. And I know that I really, like you said, be patient, right? I shouldn't take things that look choppy to me just because I really want to make a trade, right? I have to be caught. This looks too choppy for me. I would want to see something a little bit cleaner with the volume bars and with the price action. It's like red, it's green, it's red, it's green. So I'm still going to watch it, but let's see what happened to MWG. Ooh. Okay, so let's take that off our list. HPAI. HPAI has just been trailing below VWAP. So it's been very active, but it's just trailing below VWAP. MRAM, I traded that. I had a big loss on it. That's why I had to reduce my share size. That was one of the reasons I had to reduce my share size. DRTS, let's see. This has a higher float, but let's take a look. I will consider a higher float if the price action looks really good and the volume's really good. So, oh, CLIK, is that on the move again? Look at that. But it's just choppy. I don't love it. And look, it's hitting this point of resistance here, which is right below $5. So oh, is this a cup and handle? A cup with the little handle? In a tight range, you mean like so that I can see? Do you mean I look at less candles? I do most of the time. But look at that. Okay, so I think this is a cup and a handle, right? Oh, wow, look at that. It broke over that 495. I don't know. It's just kind of choppy, but let's look at the 5-minute. Well, that's pretty clear on the 5-minute, right? It tapped this level, came back up to this level, and then it broke over, but will it really hold? I'm not sure. Sydney, it's Think or Swim through Charles Schwab. So, yep, this is Think or Swim. I'm a new trader. I'm not consistently profitable. And so I'm using a commission-free broker. Yeah. So I like to zoom in and out, you know? I like to zoom in and out. I like to zoom in to kind of see where the potential stops might be and potential entries. So this one's pulling back, but I don't know. I'm not feeling this one today. I'm watching, but I'm not really feeling like trading it. I would like to see like a cleaner progression. So now it's pulling back below that level again. It's tapping the 9 EMA. So this is the high. Let me see. So this is the high. This is the top of the low candle. That's a good profit loss ratio. That's a very good profit loss ratio. Well, kind of. Okay, wait. The top of the low candle is right here. And this candle's almost over. I'm curious if it's going to go. If it's going to break out. This looks like it would be cleaner because look at the volume bars came back really clean. Okay. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay. So I wonder. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. That is easier. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Wow. I learned something today. Thank you. All right. Yeah, that is way easier. You're right. Thank you. I wondered, I figured there had to be a way to do that, but I just hadn't figured it out yet. Thank you so much. Oops. Where did it go? There has to be a way to adjust this too. There's so much to learn. Now, how do I move this down? So I can change this, but how do I move this all down? That's the part that I think I have to change this. There we go. I can change it this way. Thank you so much. Wow. I learned a new thing today, guys. Woo! I love learning new things. All right. However, this turned out not to be a real bull flag pullback. So drop below the 9 EMA. Might be a pullback on the 5-minute chart. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart. Yep. Which I don't really trade off the 5-minute chart for normally, but maybe for large caps I would, you know. DRTS, ew, yuck. Let's see. Oh, wait, I have to move this over. Okay. DRTS has too little total volume. It's not even at 500,000. So that is not something I'm going to consider. But GAMB. Look at that one. GAMB. Okay. Let's see. It says the price is under $10. The float's a little over 20 million. That's fine. Relative volume and the gap are good. It doesn't have news. It's easy to borrow on Thinkorswim. It's gonna be there might be downward pressure from the shorts. So I mean, we can watch it, but I probably won't trade it. I mean, it's not that I won't trade easy to borrow, but I want to see like really good price action, you know, before I get in. In the price axis, in the section of expansionary, you can choose also distance. You have 10 and 10. Oh, cool. Okay, see? See, I'm learning so many things. All right, so in the price axis here, right here, can I select it here? Manual. Show prices percentage. Keep price zoom. Price axis expansion. All right, I will play with that. You can choose distance also. 10 and 10. Wow, you guys know a lot about the charts. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to play with this. I'll play with this later. This will be my homework tonight. I always give myself homework. Okay, GAMB is definitely moving up. But again, because it's easy to borrow, I'm going to be like more hesitant to get in because I know there could be downward pressure from shorts. And I don't see news. But look at this. Is this well, I'll wait. I want to see it develop some good price action before I consider getting in. All right, look at this. It's close to the EMA. See, Duvan Julio, right? Now I'm looking and it's tapping. Oh, see, what did I do here? There we go. It tapped 6 and the 200 EMA is right at 6. This is where your script is really coming in handy because now we know that that's a reason for resistance at that point. Okay, and if we look at the daily chart, there's a gap here back in November. Gambling.com. It's funny, I really don't gamble. I like playing poker online. I'm a novice poker player. And I hosted a poker game at my house one day, which was really fun for no money, just to play. But other than that, I don't gamble. And I don't really think of poker as gambling. For those of you who follow Ross Cameron, you know, he's talked about Annie Duke's books, and I read her books. They're so good. So in your chart, you don't like to have the candle close to the right in chart Settings and time axis expansion. You can change. Oh, okay. You don't like to have it that close to the right. Okay. I do. I've seen charts where it's like further out and it messes with my head. I'm like, is the chart broken? But okay, so you can change that distance so you can have it further out here. Okay. Oh, that's good to know. I'll play with that too. I mean, I've seen charts like that and it confuses me a little bit. I'm like, why is it further out? Why are there candles missing? But that's what I love about this. Something different works for everyone, right? But here we know now that the 200 EMA is a point of resistance. So, although this is pretty clean price action, right? It popped up, the volume went up, it pulled back, lower volume, it popped up. Well, yeah, a little choppy here, but no news. Oh, let's see. CLIK is bouncing off VWAP. Oh, okay. Let's see. All right. So that's good. Let's see if it kind of breaks over the 9 EMA. Wow, this is the first time. And so pattern recognition is something that obviously is like critical in day trading. And, you know, I've done like finance and accounting my entire professional career, or at least finance and accounting adjacent positions. I did credit card management at the federal government. I did contracting. You know, I had to read financial statements. I worked in a tax accounting office. I had a bookkeeping business. I've worked in numbers type industries my entire professional career, pretty much. And pattern recognition is key. And I have to say that I do feel like I'm a little slow with recognizing chart patterns. And this is the first time that I'm like, hey, is that a cup and handle? And, you know, I felt frustrated by that at first, but I am a slow learner. And once I get something, I generally get it like solid, like really, really solid. I do tend to understand things deeply once I get it. So I think once I really, really nail this down, I'll get it for sure. But so it's trying to break. It did bounce off of VWAP, but So I did have the 20 EMA on my charts, but I didn't really use it. So I took it off in the interest of trying to declutter my charts, and I'm trying to figure out what are the essential things that I need for my strategies. You know, and everybody responds to something else visually, right? KIDZ popped up. I think I've traded that before. KIDZ. Looks like they have news. Oh, lots of topping tails. Oh, I keep getting fooled by this news. Classover launches embodied AI robotics education platform. I feel like they just keep saying the same news. Like, hey, we're using AI. So is everyone else, buddy. Sorry. That was a little harsh. But I feel like they just keep coming out with the same news. Yeah. I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe it's different. Maybe the news is different. Well, they need to make it sound different. But it looks like it is driving price action. So let me look at this again. It's under $1. I'm not being rigid anymore. I will trade stocks under $1. I mean, I have traded stocks under $1, but if the price action's good, the price action is good, right? So let's see. The float's under 10 million, but the relative volume is really low. The relative volume for KIDZ is only 0.74. So I'm really looking for a relative volume. That's one of my main indicators, or stock selection criteria. Originally, you know, I take Warrior Trading's classes. I'm going through like I'm about 75% of the way through the advanced like scaling and strategies class. I did the basics class like 4 times. I've done the first half of the scaling and strategies class like 2 or 3 times. Now I'm trying to get through the end of it, but I felt like the more advanced stuff just wasn't hitting, and I feel like I'm kind of wasting my time until I get the fundamentals down. But they have other classes that I'm going through. But anyway, to make a long story short, yeah, when I'm going through the classes and oh, I had a point. Same buddy, same. And there's just so many different patterns. It's like I got really overwhelmed. And so many indicators. So I'm just trying to simplify and figure out what works for me. Same, buddy, same. All right. So KIDZ, yes, they have news, but the relative volume. Oh, so the other thing I was going to say was stock selection criteria. So of course, starting out last year, I was using Warrior Trading stock selection criteria. And I'm like refining it a little bit as I go, making it my own, of course, which is what everyone does. You start off copying one strategy and you start to make it your own. And I'm feeling like relative volume is one that really works for me. I want to make sure that there is 5 times the 50-day average. So this topping tail makes sense, I guess, because it's the beginning of the reversal, but I don't like this one. I don't like a lot of topping tails on green candles. So relative volume is one that I'm really sticking to because I feel like that drives the price action. You know, I was too rigid before. DRTS is making a move. Let's see. Oh, look at that. All right. DRTS. That is out of my price range now. I'm sticking to stocks under $10 for this strategy. Obviously, for like large caps, I would use a bigger price, but I would be trading like less shares, I think. Oh, wow. Okay, that looks nice and clean too. Yeah, the float's higher than I would normally trade, but I like look at this. It's a nice, clean run up with the volume bars, the MACD. This red candle, though, I mean, it's just tapping the 9 EMA. And now it's below, but okay, it looks like it might be popping back up. I mean, I'm not going to trade it because of the price, but this profit loss ratio wouldn't work for me. I would have to use the 9 EMA as the stop. If I did that, if I use the 9 EMA as my stop, then that is a satisfactory profit loss ratio. But like I said, it's out of my price range now. Bummer. Got to stick to that. I had some big losses on stocks that were out of my price range, and I'm like, I have to, because the thing is, you know, until I'm consistently profitable, my number one goal is risk management and protecting my capital, because if I don't have money to trade with, then I can't make money, right? So that has to be the most important thing. But this looks good. This candle went up. Look at that. Okay, so this candle, the volume went up. MACD's still green, but it looks like it might be pulling back again. And Duvan Julio, look at how great this is. We can see that it's well over the 200 EMA on the daily chart. And the difference, look at that. It's a positive difference, right? Look at that. It's 50% over that level. So for those of you who really want to use the 200 EMA on your daily chart as a measure of resistance or support, check out a couple of I think it was last week, Duvan Julio posted the think script for this in the chat on one of my posts. So I guess this would be an ABCD pattern. This is another one I struggle to recognize. Is that what I'm looking at here? I feel like I'm starting to see it, you know, starting to see it. A, B, C, D. I've been feeling so stupid about it because I honestly went over that class on warrior trading like multiple times. But watching it on a chart graphic and then watching it live are two different things. Let's see, DRTSW. What is the difference here? DRTSW. Whoops. RTSW. Let's take a look. Okay, that doesn't have enough volume or anything like that. All right, so I'm looking at the top gainer scanner. We've got CLIK, which we're watching, but that is now below VWAP. Wah, wah. Is this a head and shoulders pattern? A lopsided head and shoulders pattern? Wow, my pattern recognition's on point today. I got a lot of good sleep. I had like a lot of deep sleep, and I noticed that my emotional control, I've been tracking my sleep quality for a couple of months now, and I noticed that with trading, when I have good quality sleep, not just the quantity, which is important too, but if I don't get enough deep sleep, I feel like it's really hard to trade. So I've been tracking that. That's why I gave up caffeine. This is ODYS. I, you know, cut back on alcohol. Partly, I want to lose weight, get in shape, you know, for the summer. But also, you know, it does help my trading. So, but yeah, last night I got quite a bit of deep sleep. I think, let's see. No, for me, this would be good. Okay, I got an hour and 46 minutes REM sleep. That's good for me. And deep sleep, I got over an hour, which is excellent for me. I really struggled to get enough deep sleep. So I wonder if anyone else has looked at the relationship between their sleep quality and their trading. It's something that I kind of want to explore. You know, every trading book that I have read so far has mentioned exercise, eating right, getting enough sleep, like all the things, right? Which make us just better people, of course. All right, so this one, it didn't really pop up after that. So this looks like, still learning, but this looks like the beginning of an ABCD pattern, but then isn't it supposed to spike up? Or this is where I get confused about the entry. I have to do a video on this. That way, because when I do the videos, it's not just for you guys, it's for me too. I'm learning because remember, this is a learn with me channel, learning in public. I'm doing the explained videos so that I learn too. So if this was an ABCD pattern, this would be the AB leg. This is the BC retracement, and this is the CD leg. And this would be the entry point, but it just didn't go any higher. Is that right? Oh my God. Why do I have so much difficulty seeing this? It's like, really? Okay. But good thing I am a persistent person. Persistence, oh my, DRTS. You look away for a second. It's like having kids. You look away for 1 second and it's chaos. All right, so let me take these off the chart because it's cluttering it up. I hate that. I am a minimalist in my real life and in my trading life. I want to figure out what's the least amount I need to put on my chart to get a good result. All right, so CILK below VWAP, GAMB also below VWAP, and KIDZ. Wow, okay. Let me just check hard to borrow on Thinkorswim. But all these topping tails, I don't like that. Guys, I would rather not trade at all today than to take a trade that doesn't feel good to me. Okay, I'm being pretty conservative today in terms of I want to see something, I want to see something really good. All right. HPAI. I really thought HPAI might do something, but clearly the shorts are in control there. Let's see. DRTS. Yeah. I'll take that off my list. GAMB. I don't know. I feel like this could pop back up, but let's see. Honestly, the one that I feel like has the most potential is CLIK, but it's not doing anything right now. HTCO. Not enough volume. Just not enough. Doesn't even have 500,000 in total volume yet. So it has high relative volume, but the total volume is way too low. And that's something that I look at. It's not even a 500,000 yet. So let's see. Okay, so let's look at, is it CLI? Where's the one that I saw, the ABCD pattern? Was it kids? Did I take it off my chart? Maybe it was DRTS. Wait a minute, DRTS. Okay, so I just want to look at this again. So for the ABCD pattern, okay, this is the initial leg, right? This is the initial pullback. Okay, I pulled back about 50% of the initial leg. This is the final leg, and where am I looking to get in? So I would be looking to get in up here, right? When it hits this level. So instead of getting in, I think I just finally understood it. I feel so stupid that it's taken this long. So if I were looking at this as a bull flag pullback, I would get in at when the price breaks the top of the low candle, right? But for an ABCD pattern, I'm waiting until it breaks the top of the previous move. Is that it? Or getting in just below, anticipating a break through this level? Okay. That could work for me. I might have to paper trade that a little. I might paper trade it a little bit during other times of the day, and then try adding that to my arsenal, because I feel like yeah, I'm looking at the ABCD pattern, but it looks different on so many different graphics, which I think is what confuses me. Does anybody here trade the ABCD pattern? I would be curious. All right, we're coming up to 8 o'clock. We might get some breaking news. That'd be exciting. I have not taken a trade yet today. I need to put a counter up on my screen that says like 0 trades, 1 trade. You know, I really want to do that because people pop on and they're like, "Have you traded yet?" Not yet. All right, so I can bring this down here. You guys don't need to have that block, you know. I'll make this a little bigger so you can see me. All right, let's see. Let's look at our benchmarks. The S&P, the Russell 2000, Bitcoin. I really thought Bitcoin was going to break 85, but we have gold futures, silver futures. Huh. Look at gold below VWAP. Okay, I'm gonna look at gold in the 5-minute. Huh, interesting. Let's look at the daily. So I invest in precious metals for long term, but I'm interested in maybe getting into gold futures, scalping gold futures. So I've been spending some time kind of watching the gold futures market. Again, these are things I do in the afternoon if I have time to hop back on. I do sometimes trade midday or after the market close, but there are only so many hours in a day. BNAI popped up. Of course, that's $26 a share. That is out of my price range, but let's just take a look at it to see what's going on. All right, so, oh, very low total volume. And low relative volume. I'm not trading it. But you can see it's above the 200 EMA, right? Yeah, so the ABCD pattern, I think one of the reasons I'm confused is because some charts just look different. Some charts, it looks different on different charts. Have to do a video on that. Let's see. Got a lot of video ideas coming up. So on the weekends, I'll post explanation videos, but it's really so I can learn too. I learn by doing the video, and it helps me figure out, do I really understand this? Or all right, GAMB is making a move. Let's see. It doesn't have news. We don't know why. We don't know why it's making a move, but the relative volume is really high. It's gapped up 25% from the previous day's close. The float's a little over 20 million, but that's not concerning me as much as I want to see good price action. Okay, guys, oh, good morning. Good morning, Scooter. Don't go anywhere, Scooter. I'm only taking a 5-minute break, okay? I'm just going to take a 5-minute break, guys. I will be back in 5 minutes. All right. Okay, I'm back. I'm wearing my jacket. Why is it cold? It's like May. Had to stretch my legs, get my vitamin, my daily vitamin. I take this like health drink or whatever. Okay, so let's see. Anything happening? Let's see what's going on. All right. No trades yet today, guys, but that's how the ball bounces, right? Let me fix my light here. Yeah, it's been super quiet. All right, GAMB popped up above VWAP. It did make a pullback, but I was taking a break, so I missed it. There's that patience thing that someone mentioned earlier. Whoops, it's my alarm to make sure I come back to my desk on time. Don't get distracted. So this was a potential pullback, but it didn't break out. So, And right here, you can see, thanks to Duvan Julio, the 200 EMA is at 6. So there would be resistance there. But I mean, I was thinking, oh, could we get one more move? One move? But I don't know. It's not moving real fast. It's moving slowly. Got a 1 cent spread. Oh, look, spread's popping around. YYGH. YYGH. Has anyone taken any trades today? I'm curious what you guys are up to. Are you guys taking trades yet? Let's see. YYGH has news. They issued a strategic update. Wait, GAMB, I think, is moving. Huh. It's trying to make a breakout, but. All right. KIDZ. Take that off. DRTS. BNAI, way out of my price range. Let's see. YYGH. Okay. The float is only 2.69 million. It has high relative volume, high gap. They have a strategic update on AI native platform evolution and inaugural AI product review. Okay, so that's news. So let's see. They're in Singapore. They're hard to borrow. They provide manpower outsourcing and cleaning services in Singapore. Ooh, yuck. This big red candle, I don't like that. Today's a real snoozer, huh, guys? This is where that patience comes in. Who mentioned that earlier? Was that Wayne? Said to be patient? Well, all of a sudden my light got really bright, huh? It's crazy. There you go. There we go. I don't know what's going on there. It adjusts, right? Oh, my camera was adjusting. Maybe because I moved back a little bit. All right. Yeah, there's that patience, Wayne, right? So okay, so is this another ABCD pattern? I'm really trying to see it, but it looks, so many graphics explain it differently. in any case, I wouldn't have taken this trade anyway because the MACD was red and I would want to see it establish itself above VWAP, right? Because at this point, so it was below VWAP, that was resistance, now it's above VWAP, and VWAP is support. So DRTS looks like it's trying to make a run for VWAP. CLIK. Oh, yikes. That's like shorts, right? Because that's way below, that's below a round trip. That is below a round trip. So I see things up on my scanner, but a lot of them are like NVEC, $120, MNDY, $90, MRAM, $37. These are like well out of my price range. So all right, so let's take YYGH off the, not to be superstitious, but I don't like looking at that. Now I do sound like a gambler. Okay, so CLIK, below VWAP, GAMB. So this could end up having another breakout off of VWAP, but all right, if we were, but see, it's below the 9 EMA. I don't like that. I want to trade it when it's above the 9 EMA. So I'm not loving that. Candyman Trader is 6 billion negative. Who's Candyman Trader? I don't know who that is. Candy. 6 billion? Candyman Trader. Let's see. Let me Google that. Oh, $68 negative. I thought it said 6 billion. I was like, what? Oh, it looks like he's a warrior trading guy. I'll have to check him out. Let's see. Good morning, HG. No trades yet. Just kind of waiting, looking for stuff. All right, let's see. So he's 68. Okay, so I see that he goes live too. I got to check this guy out. He sounds like a kindred spirit. I just subscribed to his channel. So Yeah. I know, trading in a micro account. It looks like he trades on Thinkorswim too. No, maybe not. No, he trades in some, I can't tell. Yeah, I mean, we're all trying to get consistently profitable, right? Isn't that the name of the game? XGN. XGN. It's at 386, so that's a good price for me. The float's under 20 million, relative volume gap. And okay, so this is their news. They have news too. Exogen beats top line and bottom line estimates, reaffirms fiscal 26 year outlook. So this is what kind of annoys me about some news. It said, the news says, Exogen beats top line and bottom line estimates, reaffirms fiscal 26 outlook. I'm like, top line and bottom line. I've heard that before. Top line and bottom line estimates are key financial forecasts representing projected gross revenue and net profit, respectively. Well, why don't you just say that? Why don't you just say revenue and profitability? I mean, I guess the bottom line, that's kind of obvious, but like, it's kind of obvious, but like, I don't know. Why don't they just say what they mean? Revenue and profit. Okay, so it looks like they have more than 500,000 in volume. They're easy to borrow. So I'm going to be really cautious about getting into something that's easy to borrow because of the downward pressure on the price. I've been burned. And you know what's crazy is I follow Russ Cameron, of course, and I watch his recaps every single day. And sometimes he'll talk about a stock and say, oh, easy to borrow on Lightspeed, but it was hard to borrow on Thinkorswim. So I did a video about hard to borrow and easy to borrow. And it's not going to automatically disqualify me from trading something if the price action is good. However, easy to borrow, hard to borrow varies broker to broker. So it could be easy to borrow on one platform and hard to borrow on another. So that's why it is not something that I can say hard and fast, I will or will not trade based on that, because it varies, right? So I don't know why I'm cold, guys. I put my jacket on. Where is the summer? All right. JZXN. I think I've traded this before. It's definitely popped up before. All right. So they have news. 210,000 realized gains from DCIP investment and approves $100,000 share repurchase program. The float is 1.32 million. Everything looks good. But wait, I think this is a Chinese stock, right? It's hard to borrow. I don't know why the fundamental information. I think it's a Chinese stock. JZXN ticker. They're a Chinese stock. Yep. Headquartered in Hangzhou. I don't know how to pronounce this. Zhejiang. I don't have Chinese pronunciation skills here, but Hangzhou. Okay. So that's a Chinese stock. Again, not something that will automatically keep me from trading it, but I feel like I've traded this before. I did. See? I did. I traded this before, way back when. When was this? February. I traded it in February and March. So, oh, look at this. The 200 EMA is way up at 22.33. So let me look at the daily chart again. First, let's look at this is running up. This is a potential stock for me to look at. If I see, well, look at this. Wow, it's really making a run for it. This might be something I should put on my 10-second chart so that I can see micro pullbacks. Looks like it's pulling back on the 10-second. I have not had any trades this morning, James. You caught 20 cents on CLIK. Okay, yeah, I didn't trade CLIK. I haven't had any trades yet. So, sorry, getting all my vitamins in. I have not had one trade yet. I watched CLIK the whole time, but didn't see anything. So, and I thought this looked potentially good, but now it's dropping below VWAP. So, I was looking at the 10-second chart thinking, should I try to get in for a micro pullback? There was one right at 8:21 and 40 seconds that looked like I could have got in, but I didn't. So now it's just tapping the 9 EMA. If this is the top of the low candle, I mean, that's a 1-to-1 profit ratio, but it's below VWAP. I want to see everything above VWAP. Hey, good morning, Elios. All right, so we are, yeah, we're below VWAP, but I'm going to wait and see if it pops up. If it's trading above VWAP and above the 9 EMA and I see an opportunity to get in, I might get in. But it does have news. So they announced a stock buyback, and that's a good thing. Let's see, CLIK, XGN, I'm going to take that off my list. DRTS, that is just consolidating. Oh, it's under VWAP. Okay. GAMB below VWAP. CLIK below VWAP. So JZXN is the only potential game in town right now, guys. You got your coffee. I've got my decaffeinated beverage, hot beverage. I can't trade without it, but it's caffeine free. So yeah, it's been real quiet. I mean, not quiet. There's been things popping up, but nothing has really pulled me in. I haven't felt seen anything that I really love yet. Let me fix my light here. Whoops. It was kind of falling. I have to fix it. All right. Yeah, for those of you who haven't seen my series on trading and traveling, I kept my travel trading station at home. So I'm using the clip light instead of the big ring light. I'm using my travel monitor for my external monitor instead of my big monitor. And that way when I travel, it's seamless in terms of going from trading at home to trading and live streaming on the road. I'm taking a trip the first week in June, going to Vegas. So I will be trading on that trip one day. So my flight is during my trading window on one day. So there'll be one no trade day where I won't be able to live stream, but I'm going to live stream from Vegas. Yes, I'm going to get up at 4 a.m. I'm 55. I'm up half the time at 4 a.m. anyway. What's the difference? Okay. I feel like that's why trading is built for people who are older, because you're up anyway. No offense to anyone young, but you're up anyway when you're older. It's just like really hard to sleep. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just really hard. Okay. So, but my last trip to Prague, I've traded on all my trips since last year. However, before I started live streaming, I'd like trade for an hour, then go do this or whatever. On my last trip, I traded every day. I even tried trading from the airport, and I live streamed while I was there. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually going to see a show this time. I haven't ever, all my trips to Vegas, I haven't seen a show, but I actually really like the nature around Vegas, like Red Rock Canyon. I love Red Rock Canyon. So, I really like the desert. And, I've driven to Death Valley, took my kids once. They're adults now, but when they were teens, I took them to Death Valley. I've been to the Grand Canyon. I like Red Rock Canyon. So I like the nature stuff. I'm really not a gambler, honestly. I play poker online, but not for money. Like, I don't know. I'm like, I'm like, should I even try playing poker at a table? I'd just lose my money right away. I'm not a gambler. FBLG. Okay, so FBLG. But yeah, I really like the desert. I like nature out there, and I like hiking out there, and I like, I'm actually going to see a Vegas show, so I'm excited about that. But I am trading. I'm going to be, since I'm now on my travel station, even at home, I feel like the transition will be a lot smoother, because on my Prague trip, the first day I was like, whoa, everything's so different. And I'll chronicle that trip too, because I feel like one thing that really came out of it, and you can watch my travel recap video if you're interested more about it, but like one of the things that really came out of that trip was that I need to have more consistency between what I'm doing at home and what I'm doing when I'm traveling. So I'm using my travel station at home because I got really thrown off by having a smaller monitor. So now that's what I'm using every day. And, it's been working out much better. So we'll see, though, when I take my next trip, what it's like. But I figured the less things that are different, the more I can focus on the actual trading, right? Because, so that's my plan. My plan is to test out how that's going by using the same station at home and on a trip. So, yeah. And then I have a trip to Thailand this fall. I traveled a lot in the last year. I'm going to be honest, I'm a little traveled out. I kind of want to just be home for a while and just be in my routine. But I'll take probably some mini trips here and there. But I'm taking a big trip to Thailand in October, stopping through Seoul. So I will be trading on that trip as well. FBLG popped up, then below VWAP. Let's see. It has news. Fibrobiologics, advancing development of a fibroblast treatment for hantavirus. Well, isn't that relevant right now? Let's check this out. Floats 5.4 million. Okay, so is this the one that popped up the other day that was related to the hantavirus? Because there was one that popped up last week, and I said, oh, I think this is going to be a mover today because of the news. And then it just didn't really go anywhere. So I wonder if this is the same one. Okay, so it's hard to borrow. Fibrobiologics, a clinical stage biotechnology company, engages in the development and commercialization of fibroblast-based therapies for patients suffering from chronic diseases. Okay, I like biotech a lot. Well, I guess they want to get ahead of the hantavirus situation. I hope that doesn't turn into another COVID-19, except that that's when a lot of people got into day trading, right? I didn't though. I tried day trading years ago, but the commissions were too much. But I really started committing to it last year. ODYS. ODYS. Let's see what that is. So, all right, there's not enough volume. Let's see, what is this? Acquisition of beneficial ownership. Okay, so it's just so we'll take that one off. Whoops. I deleted something accidentally. I guess if it's that important, it will pop back up. Let's see, HPAI, nope, still below VWAP. Yeah, I guess I have digital nomad aspirations. You know, I would love to retire, and I don't want to move somewhere else because I have adult children here in Massachusetts. They live with me, which I love. They're awesome. I love my kids, but I do have aspirations to do a lot more traveling and trading. But I think there's a difference between taking like a lot of short trips or a lot of like 1 week trips and then going someplace for a month. My body is just tired from flights and time changes and all of that. And I don't want to sound ungrateful. I love traveling. It's one of my top passions. And I'm grateful that I've been able to do it. However, it's nice to be back in my routine. Oh, ODYS. That's what popped off. ODYS. But just not enough. Well, it looks like it's increasing in volume. Wow, the relative volume's crazy. All right, let's keep that up and see if the total volume pops up and if it has good price action. I'm just going to be honest. I haven't seen anything today with good, clean price action. And I have such a strict trading plan now. If you're interested in seeing what my current trading plan is, I have it over on my Substack. I posted it there, and I will be every month. I'm updating it as I go. It's a living document. But then what I'll do is at the end of the month, I'll leave that version there and I'll recopy it and do like a June one. So that way I can kind of look at my trading plan over time and see how it's evolved. So, okay, ODYS is really popping up. It's not quite over 500,000 total. Hard to borrow, right? Okay, wait, what do they do again? Visual monitoring artificial intelligence solutions in Israel, United States, and internationally. So but with my trading plan, I read it over this morning. I said I was going to read my trading plan over every morning, and I did. I'm going to put this on my 10-second chart and just see. And I did, and it's really, really helpful to read it over every day. Okay, so I'm looking at the 10-second chart because it's just running up. If I see a pullback, a micro pullback, or a bull flag pullback that looks good to me, I might get in. So it's running up, running up. It's above VWAP, above the 9 EMA, but see the volume's a little bit lower here. MACD's green. This is good. Oh, wow. On the 10-second, it's just running up too. It's getting close to my max price per share, which is $10. Oh no. Ugh. That used to happen to me on Thinkorswim constantly. This is getting close to, it's well over the 200 EMA. It's getting close to my max price. And look here, $7.60. Let me take a look here. On the daily chart, let me see if there's a window. I don't see a window in recent history, so this looks like a pullback. Is this a... It didn't catch my order. I tried to get in, but it didn't catch my order. It's getting close to my limit. All right, it looks like a micro pullback on the 10-second. It missed my order. I tried to get in, but it missed my order, and now it's almost at my limit. My limit's $10, so... that's crazy. All right, I was able to get in, but it hit my stop, so I had to get out. Because for a micro pullback, it was $10 a share. I got in right at my limit too. My one trade is red. All right, so that is micro pullback. And it hit my stop. But because of so I had to, in order to get certain, well, and now I'm red, right? my one trade of the day is red. So that was a micro pullback. I saw price hesitation. I thought, okay, I should get out at my stop, but then it hit my stop. So I sold when it hit my stop, and it got out because of such a quick movement. It actually got out above the stop. So thank goodness. It's not a stop violation. But because of that, because I've had one red trade, I have a 15-minute timeout, guys. So let's see. That occurred at 8:41. So 15 minutes from 8:41 is 8:56. So I cannot get back in until 8:56, no matter what. Had one red trade. Well, I had to, for certain stocks, I was getting blocked. I had to call them. And then I said, I want you to remove the restriction. And I remember Ross did a video on this. He did a video where you have to call them, and then they had me like sign something electronically. First they approved it over the phone, then they had me sign something electronically. Look at this. I think I'm the only person on the planet who got a red trade on ODYS, but I can't get back in. It's over my price limit, and also I'm in a timeout right now. You got schwabbed. That's what he kept saying on his you got schwabbed. Yeah, so then they had me sign something. So now occasionally I come across a stock that's restricted, but like way fewer. It was happening like I was getting schwabbed like every single day. However, I think I'm the only person I'm the only person on the planet red on ODYS right now. And I think I had an exit indicator. Well, no, I didn't have an exit indicator fail. I saw price hesitation. I thought, okay, but then it happened so quickly. I saw price hesitation. I was going to reset, but it was already like below break even. So I thought I should try to get out at break even. And then it hit my stop. And then I got out. And then it got me out at 2.5 cents a share. All right, so what I'm going to do is, this is how I'm going to use my timeout. I'm going to transfer my trade. All right, I'm going to transfer my trade, and where's my thinkorswim? I mean my trader view. All right, I'm going to import my trade. Okay, I'm going to change my thing to today. Okay, so it was a micro pullback. So I was risking 10 cents a share. Okay, I did see price hesitation. And I was going to get out at break even. Let me look at my exit indicators. And then it hit the stop. Okay, so I'm going to put my little story here, what happened. Saw price hesitation and looked to adjust to, and the price was below break even, below my entry. If it went over, oh, well, okay, so then it hit my stop and I got out with slippage in my favor. Okay. And I spelled hesitation wrong. Okay. So that's, I think, the story on ODYS. I saw price hesitation and the price was below my entry. It hit my stop. Look, it got in right at $10, right at my limit, my price per share limit. All right. The limits are there for a reason, right? Let's see. Let's go back and look. Yep. Limits are there for a reason. I cannot, well, first of all, I can't trade until 8:56. I'm in timeout, guys. But you know what? The timeout has been the best thing I could have done for my trading. What's the most important thing for trading? Risk management, right? Risk management. That's the most important thing, because without capital, we can't trade. So let's see, did JZXN, oh no. So let's get rid of it. I think everyone's trading ODYS. This is the stock of the moment, but it's above my price range, so. I mean, you know, yeah, so if you want to be able to trade those restricted stocks, you can call them and ask for that to be removed from your account. I'm not really sure what the criteria is for them deciding if they can do that or not. But you can ask them to remove that, and then that opened up a lot more stocks for me. I don't know if anybody else is in it, but all right. So let's see. I'm just actually. So how many of you use Webull? I've been learning Webull. I want to use Webull to trade the 4 to 7 a.m. window when I'm traveling. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why there's a restriction, right? They think that those stocks are more risky, and maybe they are. So that's something that you want to be careful of. But at the same time, I feel like we're adults. We should be allowed to make that decision for ourselves, right? It looks like ODYS is making another pullback. So the highs, oh, a micro pullback. Look at that. Oh, maybe. But the volume, look, the volume's pulling back here. It's extended off the 9 EMA and the volume started decreasing. So maybe it's a bit of a flat top. There we go. It's going without me, people. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to trade it anyway because of the price, but I am out until 8:56. And this, honestly, the timeout thing has been the best thing I could have ever done. Risk management is key. And, you know, I'm not a super impulsive person, but we all make those mistakes where we get into a trade right away. I did. I really lost. Yes, I lost $2.50. It hit my stop and I tried to get out. And so I lost $2.50. I lost 2.5 cents a share. Yeah, I really did. But I didn't let it run. I got out when I was supposed to get out. So yeah, I think timeout is the way to go, right? Because these are my timeout rules, guys. One red trade, 15 minutes. Two red trades in a row, 30 minutes. Three red trades in a row, and I'm out for the day. But I feel like this has really helped me. Just taking a timeout after every red trade has been really good. You know, the market's going to be there in 15 minutes. It's not going anywhere. Like, just getting used to it. I don't have an issue with it. It's just getting used to it, getting used to setting it up. I have to spend more time. I've been doing a little bit every week, spending time in it, but it's just allocating time to getting used to the way they do things on there, and just getting comfortable with the way it looks visually and, you know, tweaking it. I have to do more paper trading. Like right now I have it up and I have it set to paper trading. So I'm looking at, I just saw that SMX had a stock split, but let's see, ODYS. All right. You know, just setting it up, really, like, I don't understand what I'm even looking at right now. Wait a minute. This looks, I don't know. I just have I'm having trouble setting it up. So ODYS, why does it look so strange to me? Did I put the ticker in wrong? ODYS. Oh, I know. Right here, well, 8:55. At 8:55, right here. Yeah, 8:55. That could have been a good entry. You try to buy ODYS on Webull, it says it can only be liquidated. So you know what? Maybe clearly it's not for me. Okay, I lost money on this stock. I'm one of the people that lost money. How is that possible? I don't know. I'll just stir the rest of my energy drink here and not, I'm going to try not to stress about it. This is what learning in public looks like. Yeah, so Webull, I mean, I have to get used to it. I just feel like I don't even understand what's going on here with this chart. I can't, this makes no sense. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Let's look at another stock. Let's look at something, actually, let's just look at the S&P. Okay, that looks normal. So yeah, I'm just getting used to it and just kind of, it looks so different than Thinkorswim. So, oh, maybe. Okay. See, those are all the little things I have to get used to. And I think on Webull you have to pay for level 2, right? Which I find really difficult to trade without it. Like this whole tick by tick thing and volume analysis, like I don't even know what this is. Like I'm confused. Let's see. So yeah, I have to play around with it more. $8.40. Yeah, I thought I had a good entry there, but it hesitated and yeah. Oh, ticks are like another, instead of using dollars and cents, like on Thinkorswim, you can't do a 10-second chart, but you can do it by ticks. And honestly, I don't quite get it. So that's a little confusing for me. Well, I've got one red trade today. That's my face. My daughter does emoji faces. The lopsided. Oh. All right. So, wait, JZXN. What is it? What are they doing? Looks like they're doing something. Popping above VWAP. Okay. Interesting. We're at 9 o'clock. So I'm going to switch my strategy at the market open. I am not going to trade it, but I'm going to look for an opening range breakout. So for those of you who do trade opening range breakouts, I would appreciate your input. I'm going to see if I can look for one, establish the opening range. Based on Andrew Aziz's book, this is one of his main setups. Okay, so I'm going to be looking for, I know some people trade a 5-minute opening range breakout, and they also trade a 15-minute opening range breakout. So of course, I'll switch to looking at large cap stocks. On Warrior Trading, on their scanners, they have a large cap high of day momentum, large cap top gappers, large cap highest volume. So I'll check that out. All right, what's LINK? Float 1.3 million. Okay, this looks interesting. LINK. Interlink. This could be interesting. They announced execution of non-binding letter of intent for potential strategic acquisition. Non-binding letter of intent. That's so non-committal. All right. So we've got a high at 574. We're above, that's above the EMA, the 200 EMA. Just going to look at the daily chart for windows and gaps. Okay. So we have a window up to $6.80 and then another one up to $8.23. All right, so it's gone up further than this before. So that means that it could keep going. So let's see here. I'm curious about this one. So Hard to borrow. The volume's over 500,000. Wait, what kind of a company is this? They provide sensors and printed electronics for use in human-machine interface. Well, that sounds like Skynet. All right. This looks like it could be something. ODYS is now below VWAP. So, Let me put this on my 10-second chart. It's a cute ticker. I'm out of timeout, by the way, just so you know. All right, so it's tapping this level again. Yeah, I don't like these red candles with topping tails. Below VWAP. All right, maybe not. I had high hopes for that, but maybe not. Click is back. Nope. Link. JZXN. So JZXN popped up above VWAP, but didn't really make a move. I don't know, everything's kind of like, eh. Oh, there's a robin right outside my window. He's watching me trade. He's like, we do have some good birds around here lately. We have robins. I saw a cardinal, female card. Oh my God, LINK. Those are shorts, right? Wow. What? JZXN is popping up. All right, let's see. Is this a potential bull flag pull for a bull flag? Maybe. Maybe it is. Wow. I'm going to stay away from link. So it looks like this might be the top of the candle. JZXN. I have traded JZXN before. Looks like it's a pullback to the 9 EMA on the 10-second. I'm wondering if this is going to be a micro pullback breakout. We're more than halfway through the candle. Okay. All right. We got a little green trade. All right. So that was a micro pullback. Now, I did see a little price hesitation. That was my first exit indicator. So then I said, okay, I'm green, but now I'm resetting my stop to break even. So I reset my stop. So this is my goal this week, to work on this process. And then I saw another little hesitation. So I got out, and that is 5 cents a share. So, okay, so now I have one red trade and one green trade. I'm 50% accuracy, and I am green. Woohoo! But yeah, my main goal this week is to really work on nailing down my exit indicators. And if the trade is green and I see an exit indicator, I'm going to reset my stop to break even. And then if I see a second exit indicator, then I'm going to get out. But I didn't really see like well, price not going up, right? That's what I saw. So yeah. Because I want to make sure I'm not cutting my winners too soon, and that I'm not letting my losses run too long, which actually today I feel like, even though I only have 50% accuracy and it's a tiny green day, I feel like I'm doing that. So that's a win for me. ODYS has dropped below $10, but the MACD's red. So, all right, guys, I need a refill on my drink, and I'm going to do that before market opens. So I will be back in 5 minutes, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Bye. Okay, guys, I'm back. Let's see what's going on. All right, I've got more tea, decaf. All right, JZXN. All right. Maybe another pullback. Possibly another pullback brewing. At the market open, I'm going to try to look for opening range breakouts. I'm going to switch to checking that out because I haven't had great luck getting small caps after the market open. So I'm going to try something different. I'm not going to trade it. I'm just going to look for those opportunities. ODYS is trying to get back above VWAP, but that'll put it out of my price range again. So, plus I already went red on it. I don't trust it now. I mean, ugh. Okay. Oh, I didn't transfer my trade to export to file. Let me add my green trade to my trader view. A minute. Hold on, let me not block my screen here. All right, I'm gonna put this in. Oh, I hear something going off. WOK. Work Medical collaborates with Nova BioPlus to unlock biological data value with AI, advancing the biotoken acidization model. Well, this looks interesting. Let's see what the price action looks like. Okay, this looks interesting. Meets my criteria for stock selection. And it's running up. It's running up right before market open, but I don't love that, but kind of a weird time for news to come out. 9:18 a.m. Oh, look at that. The 200 EMA is at like 3,000. So we're at a high of 256. Wow, this is a crazy distance, right? Look at that, 150,000%. Oh, well, now we're below VWAP. I thought that might have a little bit of potential. JZXN is below 9 EMA. So, and it's kind of like tapping VWAP here. But I am going to journal my trade. So risk 10 cents a share, which I think I have put in as the default, so I can change it, right? Can I change it? Yeah, you can change it. Okay, but I have in there $10 as my default because I'm trading with 100 shares right now. So let's see, my tag is, it was a micro pullback. Okay. And I saw price hesitation and price not moving up. Those were my two exit indicators. So here I will say I saw price hesitation and reset my stop to break even. Then I saw the price not moving up and I hit sell bid. Whoops. Okay, why am I not able to spell hesitation? Does anybody notice how that has to be constantly corrected by Grammarly? Okay, so that's the story on that. I am getting a lot more detailed in journaling my trades. So not only so that I can do my recap, but because I really want to make sure I'm thinking through the process of my exit indicators because that's my goal this week. My goal this week is to work on my exit indicators again because I can't move up unless my winners are bigger. So I'm really documenting the process on every single trade. You guys are keeping me accountable because honestly, you know, before I was glossing over some of the details. You guys are keeping me accountable to my process. And it's hard to find a process and stick to it. But hey, that's what we're doing. If it was easy, everyone would do it. But everyone doesn't do it. We're the cool people. So we have to, so ODYS, yes, it looks like it might try to break VWAP, but it's over my price range. LINK, below VWAP. CLIK, below VWAP. WOK, below VWAP. JZXN, dropping below VWAP. All right, so I'm just gonna take everything off, and the market's gonna open in 5 minutes. But I'm just gonna review. Now, if I do take a trade after the market open, which probably won't happen because I'm gonna be looking for a different setup, but a new setup. But if I do, the one thing that I have to remember is that if I do, I have to place a stop loss order on the active trader ladder immediately after placing the order. So if I do place an order, I have to do that. That's one of my rules. And yeah, I'm definitely happy with things so far. I'm not happy that I had a red trade, but I'm happy that I did not have a stop violation. Okay, when I saw my stop, I tried to get out and I got a little slippage, but I'm glad I didn't have more of a loss on that. That was a small loss, 2.5 cents a share. And that's what I want. I want to keep my losses tight and let my winners go. And today I feel good about so far, just real quick before the market open. So far I am green on the day. Okay, I'm up by $2.66. I know these are small numbers, but this is what I'm doing to get profitable. My accuracy is 50%, right? I had one red trade, one green trade. All right. Yep. So that's good. And I followed my plan. All right. So with the first trade, I only saw one exit indicator. And I thought, I'm going to try to get it at break even, but then it hit my full stop. So maybe I need to put something in there to show that it's not that I skipped a second indicator. It's that it hit full stop. I'm going to experiment with that tag a little bit because that way it's more clear when I go back to look at things that, because I should have 2 exit indicators for every sale, every exit, unless I hit my full stop, right? All right, so let's take this off the thing. I'm going to actually look at, I'm going to pick another, let's get a large cap scanner. Let's see, large cap, high of day momentum, large cap, highest volume. Let's try that one. Let's see, MU, NOK, oh, MU, NOK, and INTC. NTC. Let's look at the daily charts here. MU, that's out of my price range. A little bit. Micron technology, a little bit out of my price range. INTC. So for large caps, if I'm probably going to have to, if the share prices are higher, I'm going to have to trade less shares, okay, to reduce my risk. XGN. I'm just kind of curious about this one. XGN. Oops, XGN. Guys, we're almost at market open. Good luck. Nokia. I used to have a Nokia phone. I had a Nokia bar phone. Like in 2008, 2009, yeah. That thing lasted a week before I only had to charge it once a week. I loved that phone. All right, so I'm going to look at the 15, well, first I'll look at the 5-minute chart. Well, I'm looking to go long, so NVIDIA. So for large caps, you know, I have to figure out how many shares I would buy to feel like I wasn't, you know, killing my risk. But I'm just at this point looking. I'm just looking. I'm experimenting with, I'm considering switching my after market open strategy to large caps and mid caps. So I'm just kind of looking to see. The opening range breakout is one that Andrew Aziz talks about in his book. I guess it's a very common, well-respected strategy for market open. So I'm really just looking. And some of the videos I've watched on YouTube talk about a 5-minute opening range breakout, and others talk about a 15-minute opening range breakout. So I'm just kind of curious. Let's look at NVIDIA. Let's look at Tesla. Let's look at a couple of the Magnificent Seven. Is that what they're called? Let's see, let's look at the 15-minute. I guess it doesn't matter because we're still in the 5-minute range here. We're still within 5 minutes. But I'm curious if any of you trade opening range breakout setups. Because I just have not been having good luck with my regular setups during the market open. So I want to try other things, which means I guess I'll have to change my YouTube banner if I spread out into large caps, because right now it says small cap. But isn't this what we do? We evolve, right? You know, we're evolving. So all right, so my first question is, do I use the open and close or the high and low? High and low. And some people use the first 5 minutes, some people use the first 15 minutes, and some people use the first 30 minutes. So let's take a look. Got a lot popping up on the large cap scanner, AMD. SoFi. I can't believe Nokia is still around, seriously. Do they do stuff still? Like I said, I loved my Nokia bar phone. I really did. It was awesome. That thing was literally indestructible. And this is before phones were waterproof. Okay, HG, 5-minute ORB. All right. So, and are you looking to trade mid caps or large caps? I'm not even sure what I'm looking to trade. I think maybe large. I'm not sure. This is definitely something that I'm experimenting with. Because I feel like the small caps are just so volatile. It's like way less predictability. Someone the other day was trading TS or suggested TSLL. I think it was TJ. I've been looking into that as well. Maybe following Tesla and TSLL. So let's take a look here. So now we're past the 5-minute range. So let's do this on TSLL. So it would be the high and the low of the 5-minute candle, and now it's below. So this would be good, I guess, for shorts, right? And what would the stop be? The right above the low. Okay. Let's look at NVIDIA. So here, it would be the high here and the low here, and it's still within this range. It hasn't broken out above or below the range yet. Okay. Yep. I mean, I feel like it's more about the price action than anything else for me, and more about the share price and the volume, because the share price determines how much risk I can take or how much exposure to the market I want to take on. And the price action and the volume determine where the opportunities are. So we'll look at the 5-minute now because we're still in the first 15 minutes of the market. But here, if you were going to short TSLL, I guess the stop would be right above the low. Palantir, PLTR. Let's look. This is what happens. You evolve, right? Trying different things. So XGN, I'm going to take that off here. Nokia, okay, so their opening range is, they haven't broken out of their opening range. TSLL, SoFi, they have not broken out of their opening range. INTC, they've gone down. TRAW, didn't I trade that the other day? Let me see, that's like for small caps, but let me see. TRAW, I think I did. I did. That's popping up. All right, so if I were going to do the opening range breakout thing with this, it has broken out above its opening range. But this is a small cap, I think. Let's see. And the relative volume isn't there yet. PRTH. The float's higher than I normally would look at, but no. All right, I know I'm kind of hopping around here, but all right, so Nokia is above its opening range, 5-minute opening range. So this is where someone would get in, right? And then if it drops right below this high, that's when they would sell, right? ALPD, 10 shares. That's the leveraged one, right? ALPD. That's the Apple leveraged one. Oh, no, a different. Oh, ALPD. Okay, sorry. Okay, cool. I don't know why it's not, the chart's not popping up on my, the chart's not popping up for me. So if I had gotten in on Nokia above the 9 EMA, like here at 1305, interesting. I kind of like this. It's like a little bit slower paced. Not so frantic, trading on the 5-minute. So if I'd gotten in for like 10 shares, my stop would have been down here, and then I would have looked for exit indicators. I don't know if the exit indicators are the same. I haven't gotten that deep into the strategy yet. But this would have really held up. I could use the 9 EMA as the stop. But the volume is decreasing. So that is the part that would kind of throw me off a little bit. Let's see, TSLL. This is below, so I guess this would be an opportunity for shorts, right? SoFi. This is a nice bull flag pullback, possibly. But now it's below VWAP. Palantir, below opening range. Let's look at this S&P 500. So if we did the opening and closing, the opening range breakout with this, right now it would be breaking out. 39.66. I don't know why I can't see it on here. I can't see the chart on here. That's very strange. Look at that. It's like buffering and buffering. So if we looked at the S&P 500 and we did this opening range breakout thing, the Russell 2000, Bitcoin, gold futures. Look at that. Silver. Silver looks like silver and gold look pretty similar today. So if I were going to do this strategy on the S&P 500, again, the volume's going down, the volume's decreasing. But it's breaking out over that range. Oh, keep us posted. Ligos, keep us posted. I want to hear what happens. I can't see it for some reason. It's like buffering. ALPD is buffering. Let's look at Tesla. This is the opening range for Tesla. And it's broken down below that. So that would be a no-go today, right? So, because I'm kind of curious about TSLL and its underlying stock Tesla. That's sort of one of the things I'm interested in doing more trading on, but that's below the opening range. So that would be a no-go. However, I know some people do the 15 minutes, so we'll kind of check that out as well. Palantir, NVIDIA. NVIDIA would have been, this would have been a great trade, right? Look at that. $2 a share. Nice. No end in sight. I mean, I'd have to trade like 10 shares of that, but still, that would be 20 bucks. Or no, wait. So it's $5. 216 to 220. Okay, so that would be $10. Still, that's better than I did earlier. All right. MU is like way out of my price range, so let's just take that off. But I have enough settled funds left that I could do 10 shares of Tesla or TSLL or, well, TSLL, obviously I could do like 50 shares of that. I would do. So if it's over $10 a share, I'd probably do less. I'm going to do less shares. Nokia, it's above, but now it's pulling back. But look at that. Everything looks crazy on Nokia. I love Duvan Julio's Think Script because it's red right now to show you that the price is below the 200 EMA. Thank you so much, Duvan Julio. That was great. SHAZ. So I'm looking at Nokia, SoFi, wow, look at NVIDIA. That would have been the one to watch. It's extended off the 9 EMA and the volume's lower, but wow. Oh my goodness. $2.32 a share. Yes. That's awesome. That's awesome. What? Yeah, so this is where I'm considering expanding my strategy. I'll have to change my banner because I said it's a small cap, but if I'm expanding my strategy to change it during the opening of the market. Now, we are, let's see, we're 15 minutes in. So let's look at the 15-minute chart. Okay. Well, on the 15-minute chart, it's still broken up over that level. SoFi, big topping tail. So if we look at the 15-minute, it does paint a different picture. Tesla's not the one to trade today. TSLL, not TSLL either. SoFi, still inside that range. TR, I know, I saw that. I saw TRAW moving, yep. And if we do the 15-minute opening range breakout, it's well above that. But I'd be late getting in. I would be very late getting in, but yeah, Illegos, that's awesome. I think this might be this might be my strategy after market opens. I think I'm going to be changing my after market open after market open strategy. Listen, this is how we evolve. This is how we learn. I'm learning from you guys for sure. And I am learning, yeah, I'm definitely learning from you guys. Oh my God. Let's see. What's popping up? This has been very eye-opening. And, you know, the thing is, I would not have even considered trading this if I hadn't reread Andrew Aziz's book. I did a review on it. It's coming out this weekend. This opening range breakout is awesome. All right, so I'm going to take Nokia off my list. Sorry, Nokia. So if I do the 15-minute on Tesla, it's still within that range. Same thing, TSLL, it's pretty much mirroring it, right? SoFi, SoFi is interesting, but it hasn't broken out of the range. INTC. So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely, you'll see when I do my review, but one of the things that I think it's a little bit mislabeled. Like I read it last year when I first started trading and most of it went over my head. It's more technical. Like Ross Cameron's book is more like inspirational and understanding mindset and psychology, whereas Andrew Aziz's book is more technical. And this time I understood a lot more of it. I'll probably read it again, you know, because I'm looking right now. I have it on Kindle. And I'm looking at a section on the opening range breakout. He said, typically a new trader should give the opening range at least 5 minutes, if not more. This is called the 5-minute ORB, opening range breakout. Some traders will wait even longer, such as 30 minutes or even an hour, to identify the balance of power between the buyers and sellers. They then develop a trade plan in the direction of the 30-minute or 60-minute breakout. The longer the time frame, the less volatility you can expect. As with most setups, the ORB strategy tends to work best with mid to large cap stocks, which do not show wild price swings intraday. So he says, I do not recommend trading this strategy with low float or penny stocks that have gapped up or down. Ideally, the stock should trade within a range which is smaller than the average true range of the stock, which I have the average true range down here, but I don't know how to read it. It's on here with RSI. And I really don't know how to read it yet. So I'm going to be getting to that. So right now I'm looking at the 15-minute charts. Palantir, I'm going to take that off. But honestly, if I had followed this strategy, well, it did reject here, but this was the 5-minute opening range. But yeah, it is rejecting. Looks like ODYS is trying to make a comeback. So yeah, for me, okay, so for me, I'm open to expanding my strategy. I'm exploring. This open ATR is the value just right of Wilders. Right here, right? Because I actually put it on the chart with the RSI, but let me take the RSI off so I can see what I'm doing. Edit studies. Okay, I didn't change the study set, but so this is very interesting. So, and of course here, because the stop, if we were going by the 15-minute range, the stop would have been right below this. Just feels pretty easy to read. Like the opening range breakout seems really easy to read. you don't bother looking at the 15-minute if the 5-minute hasn't broken. Good point. Okay. Okay. All right. That's great to know. I don't know. I like this strategy a lot. You know, it's funny. When I read the book the first time, I was like, these are just too many things going on. But now, rereading it, super, super helpful. So, the ORB. So, you guys look at the 5-minute first. And then you only look at the 15-minute if the 5-minute broke out. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense, right? So when I look at, if I go back to the 5-minute and I look at Tesla, I wouldn't even consider this today. Well, because I'm a momentum trader and it hasn't gone above the opening range. Same thing with TSLL. See, TARW. Oh, look at that. But it's below VWAP. Okay. So let's take that off because I've changed my strategy. ALPD, I don't know why it keeps buffering. I can't see it, but I'm so happy for you that you got that trade. So Tesla, I wouldn't trade. NVIDIA though, right? That made a huge run all the way up here. And then I would have looked at price exit indicators, right? I would still do that, I'm assuming, but maybe the exit indicators are slightly different for large and mid caps. I'm going to have to put together a plan for this because I think this is my new market open strategy. You know, there are just some setups that feel right away. Okay, so this one, you know, of course, broke below. So I'm going to take this one off. There's some strategies that feel right away. Like this feels so easy. And it's so obvious which ones are doing that. So this one, of course, it never broke outside that range. So that wouldn't be a trade. TSLL, this is where the 5-minute opening range was. So that would be a no, at least for that setup. Same thing with Tesla. NVIDIA would have been the only one I think that I would have taken this setup on. Well, guys, it's 10 o'clock. I am going to shut down the live stream for today. Thank you so much. We had a great group today, and a big shout out to Duvan Julio for the Think script. It's over in one of my posts from last week. He attached it. This was really helpful. Thank you. Sorry it took so long to get it on my chart, but now I'm like hooked. And yeah, I think I'm going to be shifting my market open strategy. So stay tuned for that. I will put together a trading plan for market open. So my trading plan for the pre-market is going to stay the way it is. I'm going to be trading small cap momentum stocks. But for market open, I think I'm shifting to more mid and large caps. And I will change my banner. And that's pretty much it. So stay tuned for a recap later, and then I will see you guys tomorrow, live streaming. Bye, guys. Have a great day.